Hey there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Job with Jared. Once again, happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Last day of the month, last day of the first quarter. So I hope you guys had a good first quarter to start the year off. Well, rates finished the week basically unchanged from where they ended up last week. Now, last Friday, we did see interest rates improve pretty, significantly in the afternoon after it was announced that the current administration was pulling the American Health Care Act, the repeal and the replace of the Affordable Health Care Act. And that, as I mentioned last week, that just called into question on how effective is the Trump administration going to maybe necessarily be on their three-tiered agenda of reducing taxes, increased government spending, and decreasing regulation, which is what the stock market had been rallying on previously. So stock market had a little bit of trouble, and mortgage-backed securities ended up benefiting from that. On Monday, we lost some of the ground, but we kind of gained it back throughout the rest of the week. So basically, rates are finishing about unchanged from where they ended last week, and we'll see what will be happening in the months to come, just as now, I guess, the tax reform is going to be on the agenda, and that's going to take quite some time to really work its way through. But that's what the stock market has been really hoping for. So we'll see if they'll be able to get something through, or it's going to be muted to what the stock market was hoping for, and we'll keep you informed. In terms of economic data, we did see the Case-Shiller index come in, and this is for February, so it's a little bit lagging. First we'll start on the national side. The national index actually increased from 5.8 to 5.9. The 20-city index actually increased from 5.7 to 5.6 to 5.7. And Denver was once again number 3. Specifically, the month-over-month increase was 0.5%, so 0.5, so half of 1%. And the actual annual year-over-year increase was about 9.2. So we're number 3 behind Seattle and Portland. Once again, it's showing that Denver is one of the hottest real estate markets out there. We all know that because we can experience what's going on here, especially with these very, very, very low inventory numbers. We also did see personal income and spending. That was up, and pending home sales actually showed the second highest number in almost a decade. So that was up about 5.5%, so fairly significantly. And today we did see the Fed's favorite gauge of inflation come in. This is a personal consumption's expenditure. And it showed that inflation is, continuing to be on the rise here. It started last month it was at 1.8. Now we're at 2.1%. So we're over the Federal Reserve's target of that 2% inflation. Now the core number was down at 1.8. So the core number is still below 2%, but it does just show that there is, inflation here. And again, inflation is interest rates' arch enemy. So that is going to put some pressure on interest rates. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. Hope you guys have a very wonderful weekend. If you're working this weekend, so are we. Thanks for joining me with Job with Jared, and we'll talk to you soon. All right? Bye-bye.